Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Friday, the 14th of July. Good to have you aboard. We are a Blue Wire podcast presented as always by Anidjar and Levine accident attorneys. If you've been involved in any kind of an accident, doesn't matter what kind, I send you where they're going to treat you like family and get you the money you deserve. Doesn't matter what kind of accident, doesn't matter how it happened. You're dealing with an injury, you call Anidjar and Levine. Accident attorneys, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. Title sponsor of everything ZASLOW Show 2.0, including the newest episode of It's Still Real to Me Wrestling Podcast, which will be out tomorrow. Actually, probably Sunday this week, because I'm not going to spoil it for big game, not a big game, but pretty big episode of AEW Collision tomorrow night. So this weekend, probably Sunday, newest episode of It's Still Real to Me is going to drop. Make sure you listen to that. Keep up to speed with all of your pro wrestling news of the week. And that and everything ZASLOW Show 2.0, always presented by Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys, 800-747-FREE. Good to have you here with us on a Friday. We did it, everybody. Not only did we make it through the week, but I hope everyone slept better. I hope everyone was able to sleep well after getting the news on Wednesday night. Getting the news that, yes, LeBron James, he's going to gift us with, luckily for us, he's still going to play. I hope there were a lot of people out there who thought LeBron was going to retire. It was a very, very big story. We all had trouble sleeping over the last couple months since the Lakers season ended. A lot of us thought he was never going to play again. But just like he said on Wednesday night, we found out, lucky for us, he's not going anywhere yet. So I hope everybody was able to sleep well. Hope everyone got that good sleep. You woke up refreshed this morning. Not only you're excited because it's Friday, but because we're so lucky. Lucky for us. Like LeBron said, lucky for us. He's going to return for what I told you is a 2-year farewell tour that begins right now. So hope everybody slept well. Very important that, and I know, like I said, we're all waiting with bated breath, all right? We had to make sure, excuse me, we were all waiting with bated breath, hoping, please God, can we be lucky enough for LeBron to play again? Because he's probably, he may retire. He may not be back. So all of you guys who felt that way, which of course was most of us who were so scared, I hope we're all able to get back to our lives. We're lucky that he's going to return for another year. We got a little bit of news as far as the Heat are concerned. Tyler Hero, are we close to a trade with the Blazers? Look, by the time you're listening to this show, you may have information I don't have, all right? You guys are listening in the future. I'm in the past. Maybe the trades happen. But as of right now, as of the recording of today's ZASLOW Show 2.0, it has not happened yet. We're going to get to that. Got a possible media feud I want to get to. And look, it's Friday. I'm going to tell you the big games and the not big games. I'm also going to tell you the big movies and the not big movies, all right? So there's a lot happening here. We're excited to be with you here on a Friday. And again, make sure you like, you rate, you comment, you do all that good stuff. By the way, you guys know Sheets and Giggles. Sheets and Giggles, such a great sponsor of ZASLOW Show 2.0. You guys knew ZASLOW Show 2.0 was taking off once Sheets and Giggles jumped on board. Sheets and Giggles, the only place you're ever going to get your bed sheets from. That's right. You go to sheetsgiggles.com and you're going to become one of over 100,000 Americans that are sleeping on Sheets and Giggles. The ZASLOW family never has to wonder where we're going to buy our sheets from, because since we started using Sheets and Giggles, naturally softer, cooler, more breathable sheets. Oh my God, forget about LeBron James announcing that we're so lucky he's returning for at least another year. I'm getting the great sleep because of Sheets and Giggles. Go to sheetsgiggles.com, and I bring this up because my man Colin, founder and CEO of Sheets and Giggles, huge Miami sports fan, he's waiting for the Damian Lillard trade. He's in town, going out for some drinks tonight. I think we're heading out to the quarter deck tonight in Sunrise. If you remember, if you were one of the fans, a lot of people came out, met up with Colin, where Sheets and Giggles did like a kind of a pre-Stanley Cup final watch party kind of deal. You had the guys from the Levitard show where they're also that quarter deck in Sunrise. So that was a great time. going out again tonight and meeting up with my man Colin. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Anyway, so how about this yesterday? This is, look, we live in South Florida, or you live in Miami, wherever you're listening to this. You run into famous people, run into celebrities, athletes, actors, whatever it is. I feel like running into an athlete, I'm not going to say common. It's not common, but it's not like a super rarity, to run into an athlete. Running into actors, that I feel like is super rare. Like, I don't know how many times I've ever run into an actor. Like, how many times, by the way, you can always hit me up at ZASLOW Show on Twitter. Love hearing from you guys. Also, Instagram, where I'm an influencer, at ZASLOWJ. But I love hearing from you guys there as well. I feel like running into actors is that's pretty rare. I don't know. I can only think of one instance where I ran into an actor, like just randomly. And I would say, yeah, it was, I actually sat next to him on a flight. And it's, like B-level actor. You remember he was in I think he was the villain in one of the Bad Boys movies. And he was also in the movie Blow with Johnny Depp, where he was Diego. But George, we are brothers. That guy, he was George's friend. He eventually cut him off. That guy. I sat next to him on an airplane flight to Vegas, all right? I think it's the only time I've ever, literally it's just me and him, the two of us. It was really weird because I remember some people were kind of like talking to him and taking pictures. So he's not that big a deal, a celebrity. And I was like, oh yeah, I recognize that guy. He was in Blow. All right, no big deal. That was at the gate. And then, when we board, it's my turn to board, and I look at my seat and I'm approaching him like, oh shit, I'm sitting next to the dude. So that was kind of funny. But anyway, I feel like that's the only time I've ever run into an actor. Yeah. Anyway, you run into celebrities all the time. And athletes all the time. And so yesterday, you get the pictures circulating everywhere. Freaking Lionel Messi. Publix. Shopping like a regular dude. Now, I know it's kind of like, of course he's a regular. Like, how do you think he eats? How do you think he gets groceries? Well, if you asked me that, I would have said he probably has a person who goes and shops for him. Like, I don't envision Lionel Messi going up and down the Publix aisle with a full shopping cart and a list from his wife. That's how I do it. I don't envision that. And you get these pictures that are out there with Lionel Messi. He's got the full shopping cart. Now, I zoomed in, of course. You want to see what kind of groceries he's got. Zoomed in, of course. Looked like he had a lot of cereal. I didn't see a Publix sub there. How do you not get the Publix sub? Has Lionel Messi tried a Publix sub yet? You gotta go chicken tender sub. Oh my God. The chicken tender sub is the greatest Publix sub. But here is the one drawback. If there is a drawback of the chicken tender Publix sub, you can have the chicken tender Publix sub like for lunch. You don't have to eat for another 24 hours. You're so full. So maybe that's a good thing. Chicken tender Publix sub is amazing. Was there a better experience than when you were in college? And of course, Publix is not a national chain. It's Southeastern. It used to be only Florida. Now there's some in Georgia. Maybe there's some in Carolina. I'm not sure. But Publix it's a Florida thing. Anyway, was there a better feeling than when you were in college? First of all, you go to school like University of Florida, whichever Florida school. University of Florida, the best. Everybody knows that. And hey, let's go get Publix subs. All right. The fact, like stuff like that about college was so great. You didn't have to worry about shit, all right? Because college is fake. It's a fantasy world. And just whatever you want, go hop in the car and get Publix subs. Now everybody knows the story of how I used to steal meats from Publix. I'm not going over that again. I've given them plenty of money over the years. I could have a couple pounds of ham, no big deal. Anyway, you go and you get your Publix subs. Was there a better feeling than you get the 12-inch, you only eat 6 inches, and then later on in the day, you remember, oh shit, I got that other 6 inches of the Publix sub in the fridge. That was the best feeling. The worst feeling was then when you went to go get the other 6 inches, one of your roommates ate it. That's the worst feeling. I hope Lionel Messi never has to experience that. But the pictures are going around of Messi. I do wonder, like, oh man, it's a great, if you're listening out of Florida right now, Publix is the greatest supermarket. Nothing comes close. Don't give me Aldi. Don't give me Food Lion. Publix is definitely, don't give me Winn-Dixie. Publix is the greatest supermarket ever. I wonder if Messi was saying, holy shit, this Publix, it's so good, I wish we had it in Argentina. I don't know if that's what he's thinking, but I wouldn't be surprised. So you got these pictures all over the place. He's got the cart, and he's got all the groceries. I am surprised. I would have thought he's got someone who works for him. You give them the grocery list. They go get you everything. I'm sorry. You have to have seen that picture said, I can't believe Lionel Messi goes up and down the aisles with a shopping cart. Can't believe it. So, anyway, you got the picture of him going up and down the aisles. He's taking selfies. You got a crowd of people around him. It's all kinds. He's in the produce section. People are all crowded around him. He's talking to kids. And, like, it's not like he's smiling in any of the pictures. And I'm thinking to myself, God, like, obviously being Lionel Messi is amazing. I'm not trying to say that. But he literally can't go anywhere. And that part of his life, that has to be shitty sometimes. Like, he definitely just wants to get groceries and then come home to his family. But he's Lionel Messi. And if you see him at Publix, you're dying to take a picture with him. And you want to talk to him and you want to get a selfie. Like, if I saw him there, I don't think I would have done anything. Obviously, I would have wanted to take a selfie. Or you know what? If I was by myself, I wouldn't have done anything. But if I'm with one of my kids, I would have urged, like, you got to go up and ask him if I could take a picture of the two of you together. Like, I would want a picture of Messi with one of my sons. And I showed the picture to my older son, although the younger son loves him also. I showed the picture to my older son. It's like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's his life, you know? And yes, that's one of the things, that's one of the drawbacks that come with having the amazing life that Lionel Messi is. But I don't know. I do have a little bit of empathy in that spot where he can't do anything. And this is South Florida. This is not Argentina. It's not Barca or it's not PSG. It's not whatever club he's on. Like, we're in South Florida. He probably just got here. He's supposed to debut next weekend in that League Cup game against Cruz Azul at Dry Pig Stadium a week from tomorrow. So he's probably going to about a week away from debuting with Inter Miami. And by the way, they show his graphic on television on ESPN this morning, and it's a picture of Lionel Messi, and you got the Inter Miami logo right next to it. That shit's weird. So anyway, that's just wild, man, running into Messi like that at Publix, right? But again, everywhere he goes. And can you, like, he probably, I'm sure, he loves being in Argentina, loves being in his home. He definitely cannot go out in Argentina. Imagine that. Imagine wanting to live wherever you want to live. Wanting to live your life. Wanting to go out to dinner with your family. Maybe just wanting to walk outside. And you absolutely cannot do that. You can't do it. So, yes, all of us can acknowledge that being Lionel Messi is definitely really, really awesome. But I think you could also acknowledge stuff like yesterday, that kind of sucks. And it's nobody's fault. Like, if you see Lionel Messi in Publix yesterday, you gotta freak out. Because, like I said, we see athletes all the time down here, I feel like. Maybe you run into celebrity actors or what have you. But there are levels to it, right? And when we're talking about athletes, you run into Lionel Messi randomly, that's a whole different level. You're going to freak out, you see him. You know, you're out at Publix and you see Jimmy Butler even. Cool. Not that big a deal. Cool. You're out at Publix and you see Lionel Messi, it's another level. It's not even close. So, it's just weird, man. I think the part that struck me, and by the way, in those pictures, you see how happy everybody is to snap a picture with him just to see, like, they were giddy. That part's cool. And it's obviously amazing that he chose to play here off beautiful Commercial Boulevard. But being Messi in that spot, he just wants to push around a shopping cart and pick up some cereal. And hopefully someone recommends, hey, you see that? You see right over there at the deli? You got to go get yourself a Publix sub. I hope somebody said that to him. Anyway, so we're getting close. We're getting close to Messi time. Let's do some heat now as we've gotten warmed up now, all right? And while we get warmed up here, I want to make sure everybody knows, God forbid you got some type of leak or fire, water damage in your home. You got to call Water Cleanup of Florida. I'm telling you this because if you're a listener to ZASLOW Show 2.0, you're a great person. And I want to make sure you're taken care of if you got a situation here in your home or your business. Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635. My guys, the Greensteins, they have over 60 years of combined experience. Their team at Water Cleanup of Florida will handle any type of leak detection issue, any time of day, 365 days a year. And after the leak is located and repaired, Water Cleanup of Florida then cleans, dries, and fully restores the damaged areas. Fully licensed, insured, Water Cleanup of Florida certified to provide that one-stop shopping all of us are looking for. Serving the entire Tri-County area, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. Call or text Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635, or go to WCUFL.com. Water Cleanup of Florida, 954-900-8635. Water Cleanup of Florida, we clean up your schmutz. So, where are we on a Miami Heat, Damian Lillard, Portland Trailblazers deal? You know, yesterday, my younger son, Jordan, he gets tennis lessons here. A guy, Mario, gives him the private lessons. Mario asks, he's a huge ZASLOW Show 2.0 fan. I appreciate that. And Mario's like, when are we getting Dame? When's the deal happening? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And my son, Jordan came up to me 2 nights ago, just randomly walks in the kitchen, goes, Dad, when's it Dame time? And so, like, I don't know, man. So I saw yesterday, my older son, Corey, we're watching, we were watching last night? We were watching Tom Segura's new Netflix special, Sledgehammer. Man, he is funny. So anyway, my son, Corey, and I are watching Tom Segura, and all of a sudden he goes, because he's got his laptop on his lap, and he says, did you see what the latest offer is that the Heat are offering up for Portland? And when he says, I said what, And when he says, because I don't want to be rude, and when he says what the latest offer is, it's not the latest offer. We're just finding out about it. The Heat don't have leaks. Nothing gets out. And I don't even know that this offer's true because, I'll be honest with you, sounds a little bit too good to be true. So my son says, Tyler Hero and 3 first-round picks. And I said to him, I go, well, we kind of know that, right? And he says, what do you mean? I go, well, because we know it's going to be Tyler Hero and as many picks as the Heat can trade, which right now is 3, right? They could trade, like if they were to get, and I'm not talking about trading Hawkes, like that counts as one of the first-round picks. But if they were to get Oklahoma City, if they were to unlock, like if they were to somehow move that to 26, which I guess I don't know. I think they could unlock it for 25. I don't think they could just move it to 26. I'm not sure how the Heat, without doing that, get 3 first-round picks. Right now, as it stands, the Heat can trade 28 and 30. Now, is there a way that they can pick up another first-round pick somewhere? Like, I don't know. Is it possible that they're shopping Caleb Martin to try and get a first-round pick for him? I don't know. But whatever it is, right now, without unlocking that Oklahoma City pick, the Heat can only technically trade 28 and 30. They can only trade 2. Now, you do a bunch of pick swaps. Pick swap 24. Pick swap 26. Pick swap 28. 29. You understand what I'm saying? It gets complicated. I don't want to bore you guys with it. But anyway, let's just say that that's accurate. And I don't believe it is. But let's just say that's accurate. Tyler Hero and 3 first-round picks. And then, of course, you got to add one more guy to make the money right. Like, if you could add Kyle Lowry and get him off your team, that's such a home run. Anyway, I have a hard time believing that that's going to be the deal because, well, there's 2 things. I have a hard time believing that that's going to end up being the deal because that seems too good to be true. And what I mean by it seems too good to be true is they're not going to have to give up Martin. Now, maybe they're moving Martin somewhere else for a first-round pick to throw in that deal. Maybe. Would you do that if you're the Heat? See, here's the thing. Remember, last week, I put out the poll question. if you can keep one in a Damian Lillard trade, would it be Caleb Martin, Nikola Jovic, or Jaime Jaquez? And Caleb Martin won in a landslide, 75%. But then after that, I said to myself, all right, maybe the question should have been either or. You could either keep Caleb Martin or you could keep Jaquez Jr. and Jovic. Would that change the poll question? And I do think it would change the poll question because if I had the choice there between those three, I would keep Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic over keeping Martin because in a year from now, you're going to have to pay Martin. Jovic and Jaquez Jr. are cheap labor for the next 4 years. So I wonder if the poll question will be different there. And with that said, maybe the Heat are trying to shop Caleb Martin for a first-round pick. And then that's how you give up Hero and 3 first-round picks. Or a pick you'd get for Martin. You also trade 28. You trade 30. Those 2 are your own. And you do all the other pick swaps. A 24 pick swap, a 27 pick swap, a 29 pick swap. So essentially the Heat would not have control of... It's not that they wouldn't have first-round picks. They wouldn't have control of any first-round picks for the next 7 years. But hey, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Like I said, it's not without a first-round pick. You wouldn't have control of your first-round picks for the next 7 years. But do what you got to do. So if the Heat believe that if they can come up with Tyler Hero and 3 first-round picks and a couple pick swaps, and that would get the Blazer deal done without adding... Now, obviously, we're also talking about adding Lowry or adding Robinson. You want to make the money work. But if that's what they would have to give up as far as assets are concerned, valuable to them assets, because Lowry's not valuable to them. Get off my team. If they believe that they can keep Jaquez Jr. and Jovic out the deal, I could see them shopping Caleb Martin for a first-round pick to throw into the deal to Portland. And the reason I find this hard to believe, Hero and 3 first-round picks and whatever pick swaps, the reason I find it hard to believe is because just that. Can you imagine if they can acquire Damian Lillard while holding on to the other 2 young guys? And I saw they just picked up Haywood Highsmith's guarantee. So if you want to talk about depth, yeah, the Heat would have plenty of depth. You know, if you're talking about, if you have those 3 guys, Lillard, Butler, Adebayo, you keep Robinson because he's got the years on his contract. Portland's probably not going to want him. You have Josh Richardson. You have Kevin Love. You keep the 2 young guys, Jaquez Jr. and Jovic. And look, there's still a bunch of guys. Oh, Thomas Bryant, that's 9 right there. Like, that's your rotation. That's a good team right there. Think about this. I'll talk it out with you guys right here. All right, think about this. Let's say you're starting backcourt, if we do it like that. Lillard, Richardson. I think Josh Richardson could start. I really do. Butler, Love, Adebayo. And then your bench, you got Bryant backing up the big guys. You got Jovic. You got Jaquez. You got, who else? You got Robinson, of course. I mean, those are your 9 guys right there. And they're going to add guys in the free agency for minimum contracts. Especially, they're in a holding pattern right now, but especially once you add Lillard, those dudes are going to want to come here. Like, if that's your group right there, Lillard, Richardson, Butler, Love, Adebayo, that's obviously an awesome starting lineup. And then your bench is Robinson, Jaquez, Jovic, and Bryant. And I'm telling you, they're going to add 1 or 2 other really nice pieces in free agency after they can get this deal done. Like, that's awesome if you could wind up keeping those 2 young guys. And you saw, like, I'm not counting Caleb Martin here because I'm saying, you know what? They may be trying to trade him for a first-round pick to add into that deal. Because I don't know how else they're getting a 3rd first-round pick. You're trading your 2. You could trade the 1 that you get from Martin. You got a couple swaps. I find it hard to believe that they can get away with this deal without adding Jaquez or Jovic. But then there's the other side of me that believes they can because the Heat are not stupid. And the Heat are not bidding against themselves. And we all know there are no other offers out there. There are no other teams involved because if there were, we would hear about it. So do I believe that the Heat can get away with Tyler Hero, 3 first-round picks and pick swaps and salary cap filler to get the deal done without including Jaquez or Jovic? Part of me has a hard time believing. I got to see it to believe it. But then the other part is, yeah, the Heat aren't going to bid against themselves. They think this is a fair offer because they're giving 3 first-round picks, but they're also not going to go over the top when Portland does not have the leverage. So, I don't know. Maybe there is truth to this deal. Maybe there is truth to it. Now, if Portland wants more picks, let's say they want 4, or they see the stupid Rudy Gobert thing, 5 first-round picks, get the F out of here is what you say. You're not in control. You have no one else bidding. And we're willing to give you 3 first-round picks and Tyler Hero, which either you could keep. Stop telling me that Tyler Hero isn't good. You could either keep Tyler Hero, or there's another team that's going to be involved, and they're going to take Tyler Hero, and you could easily get a first there. So then you're actually getting 4 first-round picks in return for Lillard, who, by the way, the 2 first-round picks from Miami, 28 and 30, Lillard's not going to be on the team anymore by then. Butler's not going to be on the team anymore by then. The Heat might stink, and then they're great picks. You're not getting more than 4 first-round picks. Nobody cares what the Wolves gave up for Rudy Gobert. Just because the Wolves are stupid does not mean everybody else has to be stupid. And Lillard is 33 years old. It's not as if there's no risk here. Forget the Tyler Hero part. You're going to get 4 first-round picks for a 33-year-old guard who, in 4 seasons from now, is going to be making $60 million. 4 years, $200-some-odd million for a 33-year-old guard. And you're going to get 4 first-round picks? Take it and be happy. Take it and be happy. The Blazers are completely unrealistic if they think they're getting more than that. It's like they want value for past production. No, that's not how it works, man. If we're doing value for past production, you're going to get, you're going to get Bam. You're going to get all the first-round picks. You're going to get Hero. You're going to get, Damian Lillard, yes, he's still in his prime. But it's kind of like Shaq. The Heat got Shaq, who I guess was kind of still in his prime, but they only got 1 prime Shaq year. That was 2005. He wasn't that guy anymore. Are the Heat going to get more than 1 year of prime Lillard? I think so, but I don't expect the 4 years on Lillard's contract to be prime Damian Lillard. That'll take him to 36 years old. He's not going to be prime Damian Lillard at 36, but the Heat are going to be paying him $60 million. So the Blazers, if they were to get 4 first-round picks, I'm sorry, shut up, take it, smile on your face, be happy, let's keep this thing moving. Come on. Don't be stupid. You got to be fair. You got to be fair. All right. So that seems to be the latest on the Lillard stuff. I think you guys know what time it is. You're probably saying to yourself, Zaslow, it's Friday. There's stuff going on, but I can't dedicate my time to everything, so I got to know. Is it a big game or is it not a big game? Big game or not a big game brought to us every Friday by Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. BruntInsurance.com, 954-589-2204. Whatever part of Florida you're calling from, you need homeowners insurance? Well, from Pensacola all the way to the Keys, Brunt Insurance knows your area. Greg Brunt and his fully licensed staff at Brunt Insurance, they got you covered whatever part of Florida you're calling from. I've been getting my homeowners insurance from Brunt Insurance for about 10 years now because I know I'm getting the most comprehensive coverage. I don't have to lie awake at night, not because I'm worried if LeBron is going to retire or not, but because, God forbid, something happens to my home, how am I going to pay for it? I'm covered, and I'm also getting the best rate out there. Now, look, maybe you're looking for affordable care that offers the best coverage for your car, your motorcycle, your boat. Yeah, Brunt Insurance has got you covered. I just recommended yesterday on Facebook, great ZASLOW Show 2.0 listener, Irene. She was looking for insurance. Like, Brunt Insurance, that's the only place you got to go. Bruntinsurance.com, 954-589-2204. You call Brunt Insurance, you're making the right call. Greg Brunt and his team have the expertise and experience. They're going to find the right coverage for you. And hey, that includes comprehensive policies, both for trailers and motorhomes too. Whatever kind of home you're looking for. Again, 954-589-2204, bruntinsurance.com. Let's get to big game or not a big game. Here's what we got up first. All right, big game or not a big game. Tonight, 7:05 p.m., the boys of summer are back. That's right. Second half of the baseball season gets going tonight. Your Miami Marlins at the Baltimore Orioles. The Marlins, 51-39. Top wild card team, second in the National League. But the Orioles are one of the best stories in baseball as well. They're 53-35. Excellent job out of the Orioles this year in the American League and the American League East. Sandy Alcantara is on the hill for the Marlins. He's looked much better his last couple starts. Sandy's got some break now during the All-Star break. He's rested. Can he get the Marlins on track this second part of the season? Marlins at Orioles, that's a big game. Yup, it is. That's a big game. All right, tonight, 8 p.m., Fox, WWE SmackDown. That's right, WWE SmackDown tonight. I am not expecting Roman Reigns on the show because my tribal chief was on the show last week. But I am expecting LA Knight. He wasn't on the TV portion of the show last week on SmackDown Madison Square Garden. LA Knight is hot as a pistol. You got to figure he's going to be on the show tonight. That's what everybody wants. So tonight, WWE SmackDown, what are they going to do with LA Knight? That's a big game. I'm into that. All right. Also tonight, 8:30 p.m., NBA TV. NBA Summer League action. Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets. A rematch of the NBA Finals. The Heat are going to look to get some revenge. Will the Orlando Robinson show continue? He's been, you know what? Oh my God, I didn't even put him on the list here when I'm looking at the Heat step chart. Orlando Robinson, of course. All right, so anyway, tonight though, Heat, Nuggets, not a big game. I mean, I'll look at the tweets. How's Robinson doing? Are Jovic and Jaquez going to play? Are they getting back into action, nursing some knick-knack injuries? I don't know. Wait and see. But Heat Nuggets, that's not revenge for the Heat. You know I'm not into Summer League. That's not a big game. All right. Saturday night. Everybody calm down. Saturday night, 8 p.m. TNT, AEW Collision. Now, this is All Elite Wrestling's new weekly show. They got Dynamite on Wednesdays. You got Rampage tonight. Notice how I did not include that in Big Game or Not a Big Game. And you got Collision tomorrow night. Now, Saturday's the worst TV night of the week. But I got to tell you, I think they're 3 or 4 episodes in so far in Collision. Collision's been a good show. Obviously, it's headlined by CM Punk. And tomorrow night, the final of the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament, CM Punk versus Ricky Starks. I think Ricky Starks wins the tournament. I do not believe CM Punk wins. I think it'd be lame as hell if CM Punk comes back after this hiatus and then just wins the tournament. I think the tournament is Ricky Starks' tournament. AEW Collision, that's a big game. And finally, got one more for you. Saturday night, 8:30, Apple Plus. Inter Miami at St. Louis City SC. That's right. So Inter Miami, they're on the road again. They're back home next weekend, like I told you, for League Cup game, which is being hosted there, that round, the match play at Drive Pink Stadium against Cruz Azul, where Leo Messi is expected to join the club. I think the new coach, Tato, I think he's going to be coaching the team tomorrow. Everybody, now Inter Miami, 3 consecutive draws so far here for Inter Miami, I believe. Yep, 3 consecutive draws. So a point in 3 consecutive matches, but still good for no better than last place in the Eastern Conference and tied for last in the entire MLS. Inter Miami is 5-13-3, only 18 points. Obviously terrible as far as St. Louis is concerned. St. Louis, they're the best team in the Western Conference. So tomorrow night could be a shit show. Inter Miami at St. Louis City SC, not a big game. But once Messi gets there, different story. And that right there, courtesy of Brunt Insurance, bruntinsurance.com. Get all your insurance needs at 954-589-2204.